Again, welcome back to my channel. You're always welcome to subscribe, of course, to see makeup and lingerie and all kinds of good stuff like that. Today I'm going to be doing a swatch and a little review of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. So this palette has got a lot of bad reviews, a lot of people saying it's way too much fallout, things like that. I've also heard, though, that different batches are better than others. My batch starts with a P7, and from what I understand, that's a good batch. I've had good luck with it so far. It is very soft. You just barely tap the brush. You don't rub it at all. I think sometimes these fallout reviews come from people who are used to something that's a little more hard-pressed, like ColourPop or maybe Morph, I think. But this is very, very soft. Even softer than the Lime Crime Venus, I would say. So we have our beautiful colors. I've already gotten into it. I'm wearing it today, actually, and I'll show you a close-up later in the video. For now, I'm just going to do some swatches. So I'll start with Cube and Dawn. Kind of a highlighting white and mustardy tannish yellow. I'll do a close-up of these as well a little later so you can see them a bit closer. But they do show up really well. They're very pigmented. Next is Destiny, and everybody's favorite, which is Adorn, and that is this gorgeous green for Destiny and olive, and this crazy, glittery, highly pigmented gold for Adorn, and everybody seems to love that one. I can totally see why. It's beautiful. It's perfect for like a cut crease or a little decoration in the middle section. Next is All-Star, which is kind of a burnt brownish red, and Mercury, which is kind of a greenish tan. Maybe not even so much green in that. It's a super cool palette, very edgy, very dark shades, a lot of fun. Next is Axis, which is the green color, the jade color I'm wearing on my lids, and Roxy, which is kind of another mustardy yellow. I really like Roxy. It's very similar in swatches, kind of, to New Wave, which is the other color I have on my lids, but not quite the same. Next is Electric and Fudge. Electric being probably one of, I don't know, it's pretty pigmented, but it's not quite as pigmented as some of the other colors in the palette, but it's this really beautiful kind of light gold champagne-y shade, so totally worth putting an extra layer on, definitely. Next is New Wave and Untamed. New Wave is the one I mentioned being on my lids right now. It's a bit more yellow than the Roxy we saw earlier. And the last two are Edge, which is kind of a more truer yellow, and Rowdy, which is a dark purple. And I guess when I say true yellow, I do mean a tannish yellow. It's not super crazy true. But I'll show you a close-up now. And we'll come in and start on this side. And like I said, Cube, Dawn, Destiny. This is that Adorn I was talking about. Very beautiful. All-Star is next. Then Mercury. I did switch the order for Roxy and Axis. They're the opposite ways in the pan. Here's Electric, which as you can see is a little bit lighter than the others. Doesn't show up quite as well, but it is still very pretty. Fudge, a classic, very staple brown color. New Wave, which, like I said, I'm wearing now. Untamed, Edge, and Rowdy, which I cannot wait to try out Rowdy. It's such a beautiful, beautiful purple. And now you can see on my eyes, I am wearing a halo sort of effect with New Wave in the middle and Axis on the edges. And I actually did this with this brush, basically. So I used Axis with the edge and kind of tapped it on the small flat end, and then dusted on the New Wave to begin with a bigger, fluffier brush. As for the packaging, it is really gorgeous. It does collect a little bit of lint and a little bit of fallout from the eyeshadows, but you can brush it off, and if you keep it in the original box, it really keeps that lint count down. So thank you for checking out my Subculture review and swatches. As you can see, totally beautiful, not necessarily a palette for beginners, but if you know what you're doing, if you have a light hand and can do it with a light hand, I highly recommend it. It's really pretty. I'm really enjoying kind of the edgy, darker looks that it gives you. And like I said, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm going to have a ton of different variety. Thank you again for watching, and have a good day.